What's going on, B Nation? I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for tuning in to another video with me. I thought I'd give you an update on my lemon juice cleanse and see how that's going. So I did 3 days on lemon juice only, and you guys asked a lot of great questions. I drank as much as I needed. I made several of these, and I'm still drinking it. I actually started bringing in some apples just because I felt like with the astringent fruit of the lemon, I need some fiber to really work on my colon area. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I'm getting some skin, some red patches, and some people would, blame the fruit for that. But the fruit is alkaline and it's really hydrating these acidic areas and, taking out these acids, which you'll see are eliminating through the skin. That's one way of elimination, as well as your kidneys. Now you can hear I almost have a bit of a cold. Yesterday, what was interesting is in doing this cleanse is this right tonsil started acting up. And pardon me, if you guys know, I had terrible congestion when I was growing up. I had sore throats always. I had laryngitis, bronchitis, pneumonia. They almost removed my tonsils. So yesterday this one started acting up, which it's amazing once you start bringing in the fruit, the hydration, what your healing crisis will be, what your next healing crisis will be. But the lymphatic pressure in my head is gone. So no longer have that pressure in my head, which is amazing because that was the worst for me, you guys. But this tonsil, there's something going on there. So there's some sort of healing going on, or my tonsils are now starting to eliminate some of these acids, which is great. But I also wanted to talk today about malabsorption because that is going to be one of my main focuses. And I wanted to talk to you guys about cause and effect. And that is physics. That rules everything on this planet. And what most medical doctors are doing is they are just looking at the effect. They're not looking at the cause. So if you have a symptom, you'll go there, tell them your symptom, and they will give you medication, most likely a medication for that. They're not going to address what you're eating and what you're consuming, which could be causing this effect. So cause, what could be causing malabsorption? And how do you know if you're malabsorbed? So how you know if you're malabsorbed is if you are consuming so much food, consuming, and you are so skinny, you're not putting on any weight. That's a good indication that you may be malabsorbed. Also, if you're eating an apple and it's coming out the same way that you see it, that may be an indication that you're not even digesting your food. So we want to look at digestion. How's your pancreas doing? How's your gallbladder doing? And then we want to look at absorption. Are you absorbing what you're eating? And for me, you can see even one other way of telling if you're malabsorbed is taking a picture of your eye. I like to use this natural lighting. And then you take a picture of your eye, look at some iridology charts. I love Dr. Bernard Jensen. His work in iridology is fascinating. And it's just a tool that you can use. It's not a diagnosis, but it's a tool that you can use to see which areas of the body that are lymphatically congested. And the more I look at my eyes, the more I can see, yeah, this does hold truth. You can see I'm congested in my chest, in my throat. I'm carrying that genetic weakness. We were in our mom for 9 months, and whatever lymph system she had, whatever she was eating, we got, as well as the genetics from our father. I got the skin cancer, the parathyroid down, lack of calcium utilization. But I also got this malabsorption ring, which you can see this squiggly line in my eye, which follows the intestinal tract. And I need to really work on cleaning up my bowels to start with. That's the main thing that I'm going to be focusing on, especially next month when I'm going to be doing a full cleanse, and I'll be doing some other stuff too. But what we want to look at is how do we, when we know that we're malabsorbed, how do we fix this? What we want to look at is bringing in the cleaners, the big boys, to clean up the intestinal tract. So that's why I'm really getting into the lemons, you guys, because they are very astringent, very good cleaners of the body. And when you look at chemistry, when you're dealing with acids and alkalinity, you need to neutralize these acids. So how do we neutralize these acids and get these acids moving, that they have been compacted on our bowel walls? Well, we want to start bringing in the alkaline chemistry. And what do we want to avoid? Well, what I was eating for however long, how many years, and what my mom was eating is the high protein diets. So we're talking about the meats, the beef, the chicken, the eggs, high cholesterol, sulfur, the dairy, very mucus forming, and these are foreign proteins just compacting the bowel wall, as well as the glutens out there, the processed foods, the fast foods, and this gluten, even the white flours. When you go, I used to love going to get a Big Mac, you guys. There's nothing better than going to get a Big Mac at McDonald's when I was 20 years old. But the problem with these Big Macs and these smart marketers, they know what our palate likes: sugar, fat, salt, and then they deep fry these foods and we eat it, and it sends a response to our brain, more and more and more, but it's actually wreaking havoc on our body, on our intestinal tract. So the high proteins are foreign to the body, and when we eat a burger, we got that protein in there, the meat, and then with the bun, that's the white flour. That's the perfect combination to just smack right on the bowel wall. If you guys saw my flour video, why we should avoid white flour, well, you see that's what they make paper mache with. It's white flour, gluten. It's just compacting the bowel wall. And this, over time, we got little villi in our intestines that absorb our nutrients as it comes through the intestines. This gluten is just going to get impacted in these little villi, and they're going to have a hard time bringing in the nutrition to the blood and into our cells, and then we can't utilize it. So we really want to start eliminating the meat, the white flours, the breads. And my video it's not getting much popularity because it's hard on the ears sometimes to hear the truth about this, and people like to hear good things about their bad habits. I did too. So this, is just trying to help you. So it's never to harm you. It's in fact the opposite. So what I'm saying is we actually need to start looking at bringing in fiber-rich foods that are going to clean the colon, that are going to clean our gut, and then we can get the maximum absorption of our nutrition. And it's about looking at what the cause, what are we bringing in every day, and what can we take out. So definitely take out the glutens, the white breads, the white flours. This is going to be found in your cinnamon buns, your pizzas, pizza pops, even a lot of the pastas out there have white flours. And this is just, again, compacting the walls over and over and over. And so we want to eliminate those foods. And what we want to do is we want to bring in lots of fresh fruit. And this is the alkaline foods. This is the astringents that are going to clean out the bowels. So we got the apples, we got the lemons, we got grapes, berries, melons. Those are hydration, alkaline, and very good cleaners of the body. What you can also do is maybe even bring in some large salads, some greens. That's going to help brush out the colon, help clean out this black, tar that is sitting in our colons for years. And that smell that's coming out of me, you guys, I can tell that has been sitting in me for years. It's no other smell. I've never smelled that before. So it's interesting what comes out of you. But we want to look at bringing in hydration, cleansers, and brushes. A lot of people, we're told to brush our tongues, and some people have the white coating on their tongues. You can brush that tongue all day long, but it's just an extension of our GI tract. So we want to address the GI tract, first of all, and what we're bringing in our mouth that could be causing this. And so the GI tract, we need brushes for our GI tract. So that's where the leafy greens come in, your vegetables, your fruit, high fiber, high water content, alkaline. And you can also, what I'll be doing next month is bringing in the GI broom. See, this is from Dr. Morse. He specifically chose these herbs that can help pull these acids from the walls of our intestines. And that's just a helper to get these acids out of the body. And that is really what we need to look at, especially in dealing with malabsorption. So that's the first step, is getting in the cleaners, the big boys, your fruits, and then maybe doing some salads, getting the leafy greens to brush out these toxins in our intestinal tract. And then maybe you want to bring in some herbs that can help as well. They are Dr. Morris has studied herbology, and he studied these herbs that can really work on these specific tissues, which is so fascinating. So you may want to look into herbology as well. But first step is just taking a picture of your eye, looking at the lymphatic system, get your lymphatic system moving. I like to jump on the rebounder. I'm wearing a jacket now just to pump up the sweating, get my kidneys working, your 3 kidneys, and working on the lymphatic system, really cleaning up the whole body. It's looking at a holistic approach, not just one area. So the fruit is where it's at, you guys, for the cleaners, and then you can do some leafy greens to brush out that colon. So hope that helps you out. I know I went kind of fast there, but I'm trying to get as much information out there as possible. You guys have lots of good questions. If I haven't answered a question, I'll be doing separate videos on them. And more videos come. So hope you guys are having a fabulous day. And as always, be alkaline, be yourself, and be getting in some raw fruits and vegetables today. We'll see you in the next video.